stuff. So that's drop frames detected 25% over the last 2 minutes. That was earlier. So we're starting. Let me see if I can read this stuff here. So we should be good to go again here. Let me just let everybody know that we're back up and running again. Looks like we're back again.
Let's see. Let me reload. Yep. Looks like we're back again.
All right. So we're back one more time. Let me make sure that they know on the, hold on. Let me go back here and just check. Well, I'll tell you what, I gotta tell you, Trader Podcast, like this new revamped what we're doing. Like I'm not panicking or anything, but Bork just was like because I'm being pulled in so many directions right now.
Yeah.
And I feel like an octopus right now, and I don't want to drop the ball as we're doing this. And we're testing out all this new stuff. So I'm like, what's gonna break? When are we gonna break something? And we're starting to break stuff, which is kind of fun. Or not fun for most people, but hold on a second here, brother. So we're back up and we're live again with our audience.
Gotcha. Cool. So here's something else to look at. This is the consolidated flow signals, like option signal for all of the Mag 7. I have sent a note into Spot Gamma to kind of take Tesla out of this and maybe Apple out of this too, since it's Mag 5, let's be honest, at the moment. But what I'm seeing is there's a lot of put selling happening across those 7 tickers. But there's also a lot of call selling happening across a lot of these tickers. Now, that is kind of interesting since IV on these individual tickers is not that high. So we should kind of look into them one by one. There's a lot of call selling in Tesla right now. They've sold 121 million in call delta today. So which is very, very, very interesting. Then there's some put buying. It's mostly 1 DTE put buying, and we should see some of this start to go away towards the end of the day to people when they monetize things. So this is kind of something that I do all the time. I wanted to bring this up specifically because of Apple. Apple is not in a very good space right now, guys. Apple is below 180. It has been a bid level for Apple for a very long time. And the fact that it's below it right now, it's also its hedge wall and its put wall. All the options positioning on Apple is stuck around right here. If I show that to you, right here is it's the central point. Yeah, right here. It's a central point. There's a lot of puts right here, plus all the hedging flows from way below. They kind of, get concentrated. Their effect gets concentrated at the 180 range. It's very, very concerning to me that Apple is all the way down here, and it just is failing to get a bid. If Apple falls, Spooz falls. So I would like to see Apple kind of get jiggy with it or whatnot, and kind of try and attack this 185 call wall into next Friday. I would like to see that, and after that, whatever happens is fine. But for the next week, I would like for Apple to get up. Otherwise, for the Qs and for SPY to get up, that's going to be fairly difficult. All right, wanted to show that, and then lastly, this is from yesterday afternoon from Scott Rubner, who is one of the chief economists over at Goldman Sachs. He puts out a note every couple of days, and it's really good to read through them if you get access to them. But I kind of wanted to go through a few things which I thought were interesting and kind of show some topping behavior. Again, fulfilling that thesis of what's happening into next week. First of all, he calls it the return of the YOLO. He's basically saying that their GS is starting to track message boards a lot more to see
Yep.
where uh, a
Where
lot
retail
more
is.
again where retail is, and where they're YOLOing
Yep.
into options, and they kind of show that on Palo Alto networks.
That's what we were looking at that yesterday. I was showing the PMOs, or I think on Sunday I was looking at the PMOs and PPOs, and there's this like stark divergence. Like, yeah, we're gonna go up a lot, but it's gonna immediately reverse. Like, we
Yeah,
got the squeeze on tap, but then we've got the correction still sitting there. It's like
yeah,
counterintuitive um, signals on the PPOs and PMOs.
right. Then some of the other stuff which is really interesting is today. This is very important today. This is why I'm like, oh, we might see a sell off towards the end of the day, or we might have gotten our sell off already.
Yeah, there's a
Because
lot of
today,
talk this morning from people on FinTwit about the rebalancing, and then CNBC mentioned it as well early in their broadcast.
yeah, this is a 16 billion of US equities for sale versus bonds to buy. So bonds are going to get bought. That's why maybe we saw yields falling because people were buying bonds. And now that that operation is done, we're back to, Dixie screaming higher. And well, it stabilized at 104.18. But the fact is that it squeezed up um earlier in the day a fair bit. So I am, yeah, it's kind of squeezing again right now. There you go. So yesterday that its high was 104 246 242 somewhere around there, and we're kind of attacking that same level again today, and it kind of like bonds got a bid around the 1015 candle. So that's what's kind of sorry, the dollar got a bit right around there, and that's kind of what's like concerning to me. So this kind of tells me that the sell-off might still be happening if they're, or it might have already happened, given that the bonds are now, the yields are slowly climbing. Where's TLT on here? TLT is kind of, like it bid up in the morning and now it's like down to 94. So, stuff I don't like seeing because it's kind of annoying. Trying to day trade this. There is also, this is again interesting, that there should be a reduction in long index gamma today as S&P overrides start to roll off on month end, and some ability to move freely in March. Gamma positioning, very important, remains long, 5.4 billion at spot. That is, it is going to dampen market moves moving to the upside or downside. This is back near.
Just so sorry to interrupt. Just be careful out there right now. You see this? Watch this book map here. They're gonna try to bloodbath you here briefly. So just be careful here. Sorry.
Yeah.
Continue on, brother.
No, it's all good. I'm glad you said that because I'm seeing that 5 minute trigger not get breached, and I'm like, I kind of want to sell this.
They just
So
popped in with that hidden order right there, that hidden sell order. Someone's in there getting aggressive.
yeah, I'm short uh with a couple of contracts. Let's see. Got a tight stop. I'll take a shot here. Should have taken it like a couple of points higher, but whatever. And so we're back to kind of like a peak spot gamma exposure. We kind of like, if you kind of see this chart earlier in like November, December, it was really, really high, and we are kind of like starting to approach that area again. So this is a little bit more insight into the YOLO trading activity. Um, so they're kind of talking about like how, like sound and almost like Nvidia, like all of those, retail is piling into these trades at the same time. That's like kind of exploding things to the top side, which is something you don't want to see in a healthy market. That also goes, like shitcoins and memes are the last to pop off in a rally before
Yep.
the blow off top. So that kind of feeds into that whole thing again. The blow off top is like approaching. And I like that idea. If we can navigate that for the next 4 or 5 days, make some money on longs, and then just slam some put spreads for like 3 weeks out and just like watch the money roll in. That's what I would like to see, ideally. And I have not been bearish, as you guys if some of you follow me on Twitter, and as Cap knows, I have not been bearish this whole time. I was like, no, just buy the fucking dip. Every time it happens, dealers have no, sellers have no follow through at
Come on,
all.
give me that squeeze. Watch them right now trying to bust through. Well, watch this. I'm watching this right now. It's great to see.
Yeah, I am about to get stopped out, but
Yeah, they're
let's
about to
see.
squeeze out sellers right here. Come on, baby, do it. Just heads up right here. You've got a 1 in 5 minute cross right here. You're gonna on a smaller time frame here. It's not just that a whole upside move, but you're gonna be looking for something like this, and then something right there to close that gap. Right over here, they're trying to bust through right here. So just keep an eye out right here. Trying to squeeze out sellers right now. You can see some of that supply coming in. All right, sorry, Trader Podcast. Go ahead, brother.
Oh no, no, no
I
worries.
want to see if they get this squeeze right here. This is gonna piss off some people for sure.
It's gonna piss me off for sure, for sure on this trade. But it's okay. I got my stop in, man. Like that's what the thing is.
Exactly. Manage the trade.
I'm out.
There goes the squeeze right here. They're pushing right now, leaning on sellers. Sellers kind of a last stand right here. There's going to be some stinkiness out there, right? Watch as we go higher right now. They're coming lower to meet up with these buyers. But by the way, if you are experiencing, the site had some unscheduled maintenance that had to take place this morning. The site was down for a brief moment. It was scheduled with a asterisk, but it's back up and running again. So if you don't have access to the website, it's back up and running right now. Sorry, go ahead, Trader Podcast.
Oh no, it's cool. I got in to my membership, so I was just looking at that right when you said that. So thanks, Bork. I can see my membership.
Oh, Bork just hooked him up. Right on.
Yeah. Okay, so let's look at this is what is a more interesting stuff to kind of think out and plan your market moves. Right now, according to Goldman Sachs, 95% of the SPX is in their open window, and this is peak open window. From here, the amount of buyback windows they start closing. They say the blackout window starts on March 14th and lasts to April 26th. Let me bring up my overlay again. We are in peak window. This peak right here on my chart is around March. It's around March 6th, March 7th. Like this is where this peak is going to be. And after that, it's like the window closes. This drop right here is Monday and Tuesday for the week after, the week of OPEX, which is really crazy. I don't know if this is.
I've got puts ready for it already. I'm already racked up for the 28th.
There you go. Even Andy Constant on Twitter, he's been on a he's been on a put spread for the 28th as well, and I confirmed it with him a couple of days ago. If you're still in it, he goes like, "Yeah, I'm gonna keep it."
Oh fuck yeah, it stays on right until that. I wish I had put it on for mid-April, but I've been making money the whole way up, so I'm happy. I'm still happy with the trade. The other thing I can do with that trade is cut a leg off too, so feeling pretty good on it.
Yeah,
I'll cut the upside leg, and then I'll take I'll leave the downside leg on.
Yeah. So what we're seeing as this chart shows is the distribution of the buyback blackout exit. So we've kind of been going into an open window. This is peaking, and then it's going to start closing. Then the research desk has a sentiment indicator, and that is the highest level it's been since July of 2023. So it's at 1.3 right now. So last time it was this high was in July.
Yeah, we ripped down.
Yeah, so August was pretty bad. Remember, guys, August 2023 was pretty bad, and everybody's like, "What the fuck?" But yeah, so that's something to.
So, question on this too, because yesterday in stream we were talking about if we don't get it in time based, the roll, right?
Yeah.
Would you expect it to be more violent and fast? And that was a big question we had yesterday, we're about halfway through the window for a corrective action, and we haven't seen it. We have a large divergence in that window. Do you think it would be more violent to the downside, or do you think the window would extend into possibly late April?
No, I think it's going to be violent to the downside.
Yeah, me too. I'm with you on that one.
Because remember, like it's all about gamma, right? Like
Yep.
there's a bunch of gamma rolling off today, then a bunch of gamma rolls off on triple witching on the 15th, and the market is free to move.
Hey,
And
when's a
everything
single issue expire? I haven't looked at it. When versus indexes?
uh, the monthly expiries are on the 15th. The quarterly expiries are on the 28th.
Yeah, quarterly. So it's on the
Yes.
28th this year. It's the same day.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to hold that fucking spread right to that day. I was
Okay.
saying that yesterday. I think I'm going to have to hold it to that day.
Okay.
Are, are you
Yeah,
going to
I'll see
hold a put
how.
spread into the 28th or no?
Probably not. I will probably take my money and run, man. Like this market is unforgiving if you want to swing. So I don't swing. I don't swing that much.
Yeah, this is not
Yeah.
the swing. Or the swing even mostly the one that I noticed about 2 years ago was that
Yeah, this is about to squeeze,
it
man.
started like 5 years ago, but it got really bad past couple years where I stopped winning put tops. I always win the call spread bottoms. I have a very high rate down there, but the
Yeah.
irrational grind higher. I normally don't take them as often as I used to with that
Yeah.
kind of size, like I do in the on the downside capitulation oversold bounce shit.
Yeah. I've been my trades have been the Nancy Pelosi trade
Yeah.
that I like. I mean, not the same tickers, but the way she does it is instead of buying commons, I have bought leaps in the money, and as I said, I'm gonna take money off, starting like next week. Like I'm not taking any money off right now. It's a paying handsomely. So
How
that's
are
why
you
I do
think?
that.
How are you doing with trading futures? That's new for you as well, right?
Yes,
Are
it's
you
very
liking
new
it?
for me. It's only, dude, it is amazing when it goes your way.
It
So
is. I always
it's different. Like, and the thing is, I've been using the same methods I use as an options trader, but I have to be more precise with my entries and my exits. And I'm sure David AMS could teach the crowd here a lot more about index trading. About futures trading. It's new for me. I have had missteps, but it is the tuition I'm willing to pay. I am winning more than I'm losing, and that's what matters to me. I'm willing to let go of a few trades and like learn from them because like earlier when I was like I shorted with you when I was on like 10 minutes ago, not even, and I was like I'm gonna set a tight stop because if it dunks down from the 5 minute trigger, this is where it's gonna dunk down from. If not, let's just keep it at the swing high above it. It was just above it. I lost 3 points on a couple of contracts. That's fine. Like
so
I'll deal with it.
we or yesterday Jedi Marcus. I think it was yesterday, the day before, made a comment or a post about trading futures, and I liked the timing of the post because there's been this zeitgeist argument that 0 to 8 traders are gamblers, uh, but there's defined risk in a
Yeah.
weekly, a daily, or any kind of short dated option for your losses. And what a lot of these guys don't ever want to discuss, or they divert to, well, then you should trade SPX and not futures then. But what a lot of people don't want to talk about is when you do get trapped in a trade, trading futures or Globex, and that trade goes against you, and you can get really hurt. Like the danger to you, you'll be pacing the back alleyways at nighttime wanting to puke, right? Unless you get some
Yeah.
maintenance call or something like that from some other money that you have with a broker. But it can get really sketchy and scary trading futures, and I think that risk is real and very dangerous. Did you read his post yesterday by chance or no?
No, I didn't, but I completely agree with if that's what he said. I completely agree.
Listed it, named it wisdom. If anybody's on FinTwit, so continue, man.
Yeah, so I don't enter a trade without setting a sell limit and a sell stop. Every trade.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I mean, I define my risk every single time. This is how many points I want to risk. and that's what I was told. And you know what? Like the other thing is, I am not trading big. I'm not trading micros. I'm sorry, minis. I'm trading micros. And the reason
He
for that,
spoke specifically about micros. You want to check that? Do you want to read this to you guys? Well, let me pull it up while you're doing.
yeah, yeah,
Keep doing your thing,
for
and I'll
sure.
pull up his post so we can read what he
Well,
said.
I just have this open, but yeah, let's go back to Rubenberg
Keep doing your
post.
thing. I'll find
Uh,
his tweet and I'll read it to the audience here because I thought it was an insightful tweet. See if he's still up.
So, anyways, I'm a big fan of defining your risk and trading with it. And I'm doing micros primarily because I want to get comfortable exposure yet. And I think the triggers to remain long are below us. So, they're not gonna sell till we come down to I think the number I saw last was uh was 49.40 is when like some triggers get tripped. And yeah, so that's kind of like some of the stuff I wanted to like share with you. There is, everything is showing that tilting uh tilting up. The only thing is April 15th is the last thing they want to focus on, which is tax season. Businesses don't wait till April 15th
Nope.
to take
Not
their
unless they're
delayed
asking for an
sales.
extension.
Yeah. So March 15th, a month before, which coincides with all the other stuff we've talked about, is also when you start to see uh, things get dicey. Now, what's really funny is I love Jim Carson. I talk to him all the time. And
Yeah, I like him too. Some people like to give him shit. I've got no ill will towards any of those guys. All those
right.
guys, man, that are putting their necks out there every day teaching us. I love those. I love them all, including Andy Constant too.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Like these guys have you know, issues around you know having to like monetize what they say, as well as like raising money because they're like still managing funds, right?
Hold on one
um
second here. Well, yeah. Well, keep discussing that, but I gotta
yeah,
take this
so
call. Hold on, brother.
the funny thing is that we've talked about the window of weakness in January, in February, but in my mind the real window of weakness is actually coming up in March, and nobody's talking about it, probably because, and this is what I joke about
It
with
looks like
Kev.
we've lost audio again. I keep fucking around. I gotta change this stream up a little bit. Hold on one second, brother.
Yep.
I gotta start turning some stuff off here in the background. I'm like killing the stream here with some of the data stuff.